correct me if I'm wrong, but the goal of shelter as intended by our caveman ancestry was to keep the rain out.
Yeah, and the snow occasionally, and possibly, wild beasts.
Defending against the elements is the singular goal.
While my
Yeah,
shelter has failed on most of those counts, water's getting in, and so are wild beasts.
indeed. In fact, I think I
So
heard one. There you
yeah,
go.
you totally did.
So,
So that's my favorite combination of events is me going, oh, the house, oh, the water, oh god, oh, thank god I don't have to do anything this. Oh wait, no, I totally have to do everything this week and
so
have the busiest week I've ever had in my goddamn life.
I heard you had a baby and named it Vodka Gorbalski.
Yep, that came up a few weeks ago. That name came up because we were talking about how to pronounce it, and I'm like, Paige, there's no correct pronunciation. The games don't agree. We're just gonna go look at the Wreck-It Ralph clip to just let's signify that in canon. And I'm like, if you want to go real nuts, we can name him Vodka Garblovsky. And she's like, what? Why? It's like, because that's his
That's his
real
real
name.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah, my understanding of it is that what you're hearing is a Japanese company use an announcer to say a name, and then as time goes on, they take a couple cracks at it until perhaps they land on one where they ask somebody, perhaps from Russia, what it should be, and so you
So
go from Geef to Gief.
there is a Mr. Zangief in the real world. There's a wrestler named Zangief or Zangiev.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big Russian wrestler, and you look at him and you're like, oh yeah, there it is. But like it was like 25 years before the pronunciation was updated in SF5.
Four.
After
Yeah. No,
4 is the one that changed it.
in four, you got the guy going Zangief. You know, like yeah, it feels like they didn't do a check on these international names. You know.
Yeah. So
Um,
and then you look at Wreck-It Ralph and they just say, hey, it's Zangief. I am Zangief, etc. Sparrow's egg. Hey, Elmo.
is that all he gets now?
No, Elmo's like on the stairs staring at me. He was
Oh, okay.
right here.
Okay.
No, actually, let's break it down. First of all, why name the dog Zangief? Well, there's a couple reasons. One, I think that's hilarious, and I love that character. Two,
Good name. Good pick.
he's got a V on his chest.
Hmm.
And 3, he's got blue eyes. And 4, his birthday is Zangief's birthday.
Okay, that's pretty. That's pretty. On point.
So, like his colors are just inverted Zangief. Like he has the same for the V is like the light skin tone, and then the brown on top of it.
So, how much planning was involved?
A lot, like a lot. We have been talking about generalized dog for like 2 years because we wanted Elmo to have. Essentially wanted to get Elmo a puppy or a kitten because he can get bored and he's old, and we want him to have somebody to like love on. But also we wanted another pet.
Okay, so the process in ideation form was a while coming.
Yeah, the primary impetus was that the puppy is for Elmo.
Is
And in
that
fact,
the
I think I
case?
remember saying that multiple times on stream, like going back like a couple years, that if we ever got another puppy or cat, it would be for Elmo.
Okay, and it will totally not eclipse Elmo in attention and love.
No, it hasn't. So, well, it's eclipsed it in maintenance right now. So what's happened is that there is an acclimation process that they got to go to because
So that was my
Elmo is
next
a
question.
cat.
Yes, my next
Elmo is a
question
cat,
is
and cats are territorial.
Yeah. Now,
And
everyone, I've heard of different methods, but like, are you doing the smell room exchange thing?
yeah,
How does that work?
so the process is you bring Zangief home, and then Elmo is right there at the door and sees that shit, and is like, "What the actual fuck?" and has
Mm-hmm.
a very territorial, like, "This is my house" reaction. And then you scoot the cat away, and then you keep the new puppy upstairs, and we have a baby gate that is sealing off the 2 floors, right? And when baby is asleep, he is confined to our bedroom right now, and Elmo has free reign of the house. Which what he is doing is he was very territorial day one, and now he's not anymore, and he is wandering around the house, smelling the dog's toys, areas that the dog's been, etc. We have, in fact, if the viewers at home who are watching live, there's this blanket that you see often on my stream, this like greenish, like felt blanket. Put that in the dog's bed, have the dog sleep on it for a day or two, bring it down, put it on the couch. Now Elmo has to deal with stinky dog couch, gets used to that, etc.
Yep.
And then the next part of the process is introducing them to the point
The blanket
where
is in fact super blue. This is true, but yeah,
not on here. Must be the lighting. No, not the blanket I'm sitting on, guys. The blanket that look.
they're
Oh, it
they're
does look
both
blue in the camera, doesn't it?
they're
Well,
both
trust me, it's
quite blue.
green. Trust me, it's a green one.
GameCube. All right.
All right. Anyway,
Rub
so
them up
next
in each
step
other's farts.
is basically taking the animals and pointing them at each other until Elmo makes like a pissed off noise and runs away, and then he'll learn to live with it eventually. But currently, if you also take a look at your camera, sorry, audio viewers, I have my CPAP mask down here,
Yeah.
and that's because we're sleeping down here now. And the reason why we're sleeping down here is because we're trading off sleep in shifts, so that someone's always awake to either be with him or check on him every 10-15 minutes. And whoever is asleep is to basically pay attention to and make sure Elmo does not feel left out. Because Elmo is our primary old dumb baby cat, and I will be damned if he feels slighted by the new arrival. I also, man, I appreciate that cat a lot more now. I remember Paige bringing that cat over, and she was like, put his box down and show him where his box is. And you know what that cat does? He goes into his box and he poops,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the story. That's the end of that bit.
What like how baby are we talking, baby?
He was 8 weeks old, almost to the day when we got him. And he is fat and stupid, and he is basically an infant. Like, where
Now,
he is pooping and pissing all over, just sans diaper.
okay. Now I know that the part of the family prerequisite is to be considered fat and stupid, but you don't know yet if Zangief might be fine. He might not be Elmo. He might be totally normal and okay. I think you should wait to see.
Oh, I'm sure Paige is actually going to be taking him to the vet for his first checkup during the podcast. Like, she's getting him ready with his little baby harness, and we got him a car seat. We got him a little safety seat. Oh, by the way, so to those of you who are asking, well, how are you guys going to get dog to the vet, dog for walks, etc. during the COVID? Paige's birthday is coming up, so she got herself a used car the past week. So
Okay.
that solves like 80-95% of COVID troubles in terms of leaving the house.
So yeah,
as having a sealed bubble to go around.
the next question was how do walks take place? Yeah.
Right this second, walks don't take place because Puppy's only had his first batch of shots. And if we put him down and walk him on the sidewalk or in like a dog park or something like that, there's a possibility that he could catch parvo from the ground.
Hmm. What is
which
that?
it is a disease that I was not aware of until we started like seriously looking into the puppy. When I was younger, all that we worried about was distemper and rabies, and now we have parvo, which is basically the plague of death for dogs that can sit on surfaces for years, and is their primary vaccination target now.
Is this like recent?
I
And by
don't
recent, I mean
know.
the last
It
20
seems
years.
recent. It
Yeah.
seems it
Wow.
so if
Never
your
heard of that.
puppy is not vaccinated and gets parvo, they will die.
Hmm. Okay.
So that dog's feet are not touching the fucking the soiled earth until that second rounds of shots are going in. That's going to be like, I'm looking at, so that'll be like the week after next.
Okay.
So that'll be fine. However, we definitely want to get puppy socialized so that he doesn't, be an asshole when he grows up. So we're going to see my folks, and he's going to hang out with their dog in their place where it's, safe, and that's the only dog that's around.
Right.
And obviously their puppy's vaccinated. Well, I know their dog's about a year or two old now. And we also got him a stroller. We got him a pram. Uh,
Uh-huh. Now
so
that's
with the
okay.
pram,
I've been
we can
following so far,
we
and
can
now
we
we
can
take
wheel
the
them
step.
around. We can
Okay.
we can go down to a street and wheel them around, and then if
Mm-hmm.
people are properly masked up and don't have dogs with them, we can open up the little pram and be like, "Would you like to pet our adorable doggy?" And everyone wants to do that, so the puppy learns that new people are okay and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's big white people. That's big white
Is
people.
it?
That's
Yeah.
big white
Well,
people right there.
okay. So
Oh yeah.
So one of those things, you get an
All right.
animal, and you get an animal as somebody who does Twitch or YouTube or Instagram or whatever, an influencer, and there's a lot of people who have a million questions, and they're all understandably concerned because me and Paige are morons. And I would like to assure people that there is literally nothing that I have ever prepared for in my life more than taking care of this stupid little dog. This dog will want for nothing. He will have the best education. He will grow up and get the best job, etc.
All he'll inherit is your day-to-day traits and isms.
I hope not. I sure hope not. So,
All
by the way,
right.
if I'm a little loopy on today's podcast, I'm really tired. I'm really, really tired.
Mm-hmm.
Paige, God bless her soul, she is doing an incredible job. She is also very tired because this dog needs 24/7 supervision because it is a baby. It is an infant child.
I too am very tired for totally valid reasons.
Okay. I thought you were going to say, I don't know what you
No.
were going to say.
No.
Are you pregnant?
No. But hey, JJ's no longer pregnant, so
Hey,
congratulations.
congratulations to JJ and
And Max,
Maximilian.
that's awesome.
Congratulations. You have acquired a baby.
There it is. And new challenger, etc. Shout outs to the announcement message of, hey guys, prepping the stream in 10 minutes. Looks like I'll be. Oh, wait, no.
The
I will not
inclusion
be.
of the gif of Marge telling Homer he's pregnant and then his head exploding was perfect.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Was
Yeah,
perfect.
man. I feel that's it's interesting too, because like obviously there's a whole like, hey, lots of folks are indoors, lots of folks are spending time inside, and well, what better time to have something to take care of, right? To kind of refresh your mental focus than right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know if the timing was intentionally set up to be this way,
Well,
but it worked out that way.
the implication. Wait, hold on, Wooly. The pandemic started in China in December, and then it kicked off in the rest of the place February, like
What I
bad.
mean is, with the
They would have
planet,
had to seen the first news report and been like, "Got to get pregnant now in case this becomes a pandemic."
I'm not talking about Max and JJ. I'm talking about the dog. I'm saying,
Oh, okay.
was the acceleration towards Geef, towards the Russian skies, was that a decision post quarantine to like make that move?
No. The acceleration was actually Paige has been looking at figuring out how to get a decent deal on a used car forever, because that was accelerated for quarantine, because she's like, Pat, I love you too, honey, but spending every single goddamn minute of every day for 6 months now with me is apparently a little rough
What?
on the sanity.
What?
It can apparently be a little grating. So she's like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta right. So then
Yeah,
with the novel,
Paige is sitting on like a couple million souls, and she has not cashed them in at the bonfire yet.
That's about right. So once the decision, her birthday's coming up, and we're finding better, car deals, and we're like, okay, we're gonna have a car to drive around. All of a sudden, how do you get to the vet? That worry disappears, right? How do you go and do this? How do you bring him to the dog park? And if there's, tons of people, that worry disappears. And then dog mentality goes from, oh, I really want one day, to, and then later, like, oh, well, what about these puppies? And you're just like looking at puppies late at night, like you're just doing the YouTube like puppy crawl essentially. To, okay, dog time. Dog.
Okay.
Oh.
So to switch back over to the previous topic, I actually saw an article like a day or two ago that said that for some reason there are like way less premature babies being born during quarantine, and they're trying to figure it out, but like they're basically suspecting that like the super quiet life and the very like non-stressful, no, even though stress can, stress is actually quite high in many places, but like in terms of just like moving around, going places, not staying still.
What you're saying is that a more sedentary lifestyle for working women who are pregnant.
Yes, I think that's probably what they were going for.
I'm a doctor, and
yeah,
I can tell you right now that when you put a woman in a car and she's pregnant, the engine just shakes. It's like a carbonated can of soda, and if you shake it long enough, it's gonna want to fly out early.
Yep, and then fill up the glass and then deflate.
Yeah, and then the fizz happens, and then the hippies eat it. It's a whole thing.
It is a whole thing. So yeah, a lot of apparently, sitting locked down is good for that process. So how about that?
Now the real question is, oh God. So March. Let me look at a calendar here. Let's say April, May, June, July.
What are you doing?
August.
What are you doing?
Let's take a look in December of this year and take a look and see what happens to birth rates.
Okay. For a second, I thought you were counting back 9 months from now, and I'd be like, that's inappropriate. But what I would
No,
say,
let's count 9 months forward from March.
yeah. So I actually said that in one of the early episodes that like, hey, there's gonna be the COVID babies thing, but I'm starting to have second thoughts about that because like it's not quite the same as like coming home from the war. It's more like a sad and really shitty annoying time where people might be getting sick of each other. I don't know.
What you don't want to compare it to is you don't compare it to like a post-war baby boom. What you compare it to is the winter baby boom, which happens every single year. There are more babies born 9 months after the harsh winter months than at any other time of the year, because just minutes spent indoors with your significant other. What I can tell you what.
So bored babies.
There may or may not be a baby boom, because while children of existing couples will definitely rise, children of random strangers at the club will definitely drop.
Mm-hmm.
Because ain't nobody going to the club from March to fucking I don't know when.
Well, yeah, they are, but you know they shouldn't be.
I mean, they were closed up until extremely recently.
Yeah, no, they're going. They're going.
Where are they going?
To the club
outside the Denny's?
To the clubs that happens to be open.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
well,
not
don't
great.
do that.
No, well, hey, they don't really listen to the podcast, so if only they did. Or they don't listen to much, really, but hey. You're going to see there's going to be some kind of population data to you know, and what I will say is that again, it's whatever it is, whether it's a boom or whether it's a decline, it will happen globally, because unlike things like these booms happen in countries during moments that the country goes through something, but this is a global bit, so like it's going to affect the 8 million, or excuse me, the 8 billion.
Did you just call Corona a global bit?
It's a global bit. It's going to affect the 8 billion in some capacity.
Can we get the next bit, please?
Can
we move on
bit.
From this bit?
It is a bit.
Get off the stage, man.
This is exactly what it is. Well, anyway, okay. I mean, there it is.
Oh, you mentioned population data. Dude, there's so much crazy population data coming out, like looking at COVID numbers. Did you know that being poor sucks ass?
Yeah, I did. Well aware.
Wow.
Big first-hand experience.
Yeah, same here.
On that. Not a great.
Like I look back to like, hey, what if COVID happened back in 91? Right? My dad would have gotten it. Like for sure. Guy was working 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, night shift and trucking. Going delivery trucking. Dad would have got it. And the way dad smoked and all that shit, he pop. Bye, Dad. Like,
no question. Yeah. No.
So my advice for today's podcast is to stop being poor. That's Pat's advice of the day. Da 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 da.
Rise and grind. Is that what we're doing today?
Nope. I don't care how you manage it.
9 to 5 pays the bills. 6 to 12 builds the empire.
Lottery tickets are good. No, they're not. They're terrible. Don't buy lottery tickets. Lottery tickets are a voluntary tax on the stupid.
Well, you might not know this, but we've officially, it's officially been declared that the gig economy is over,
and the hustle economy has started.
Rises.
And I was like, the hustle economy, what is that? That sounds stupid. So I start reading the article, and it describes contract workers that have no benefits. And I'm like, oh, shit.
This right here.
Ooh, crap.
This is the hustle economy right here.
We have officially been labeled a hustle by, what, U.S. economists?
Whatever it was. Yeah, no, like the barista and you know, quick job here and there job economy is gone, and now it is check out Twitch, check out Patreon, check out my OnlyFans. Mm-hmm.
Yep,
that's where we're at. Yeah, that's an official declaration there, and
because it was defined by, are you a contract worker that if you get fired, you don't apply for employment insurance or benefits or severance or whatever, because you're not even really getting fired. Your contract is just being terminated, right? And that applies to all those people. And then like a week after that article came out, the federal government came out and said, so we're going to expand employment insurance to include contract workers. And I was like, hey, there we go.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
And I think the COVID provision checks are going to continue up until September. Mm-hmm. And then they said they're going to transition people onto EI. So
yeah, just gonna go on to EI. Now I'm going to assume there's at least a couple
Canada,
people,
obviously,
that are really confused by what the hell we're talking about. We're talking about the Canadian government and Canadian folks. We're in Canada.
Yes.
Hello.
We heard about your 1,200, and wish you could get more on that. Canada's kind of helping people out. Up until September is what we were just announced.
Yeah. What's EI to people asking? It's employment insurance. It used to be called unemployment insurance, and then they realized that literally means insurance in case you get a job, and it makes no sense because you don't get death insurance, you get life insurance, etc. Mm-hmm. We'll probably qualify for employment insurance if we do if we just drop if I drop a bunch of gamer words in a drunken tirade, I could probably apply for EI, though that'd be an awkward conversation as to how I lost my job.
You fired yourself? Yeah.
Yeah
that would be interesting. But yeah, no, so I look forward to this hustle economy, and when it eventually transitions into a flow economy, we'll be watching with great interest to see where this goes. Okay, so obviously a lot happens in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah,
big things happen, life-changing.
Like I've had the biggest life event I've had in years with Puppy. But hey, here's the news update on the puppy. He's adorable. He loves us. He shits and pisses everywhere. He currently we're teaching him tricks and how not to poop. But oh man, it's gonna be a while. That's what the puppy news is gonna be for like months.
Okay, but the problem is if you teach him tricks but you don't have the bathroom down yet, you're gonna end up with, you remember Akamaru?
I do.
Yeah, you're gonna end up with
spin with the poop.
Psycho Crusher, but he's just releasing the fluids and solids at the same time.
He's already pretty good at because we're not taking him outside quite yet because we're afraid of the parvo, but he's already pretty good with his pads. I'd say he hits them about 75% of the time, which is enough for us to be able to tell that he is trying to do it on purpose, right? Instead of just it happened to be random chance. So he is improving. He is a good boy also.
Spinning paw driver, more like spinning pee-pee doo-doo.
So people correctly guessed that dog's probably going to grow up to be like 60 pounds. And there will be a day where I am sitting here.
I enjoyed it.
You did it.
All right. Well,
Woolie, I'm trying to laser focus here because I'm having trouble focusing. By the way, I got a monster. now that we have a automobile, the ability to travel and actually do a groceries happened. That was crazy experience. Haven't done that in a while. Um, but I lost my train of thought.
Laser
So
focus.
dogs, dog is cute. I can't.
Okay. Well, how about
This is
this?
my laser. See, this is even me explaining my laser focus made the laser focus go away. That's how it works. That's how lasers go. Oh, the dog's gonna be big, so there will be a day that me and you are talking on this podcast, and I get like Goldberg speared, possibly off camera, by a dog that
Okay.
wants attention.
Yes. So how about this? The breed.
Oh, he's a bulldog.
Okay. No no mix in there.
I'm not super sure, honestly, but maybe not. But he is a bulldog. He is going to have a fat face.
And is he gonna have the breathing problems?
Doesn't look like it. No,
Okay.
he shouldn't.
Because I hear that the purer they are, the more they have the breathing problems.
Yeah, if he does develop breathing problems, we will fix him with technology. This dog will want for nothing. He's got multiple vet appointments this month. Like he's got checkups from 2 different vets. Because we want to make sure that like again, I don't want to go to a vet and the vet's like, "Oh yeah, dog's great." And then dog's not great. You know?
Mm-hmm.
He's a baby. He's got to be protected from the elements and his own internal organs being disgusting.
Have you commissioned the red and yellow choker equivalent for
Oh, you mean his bandana that Paige is going to be putting on him to go to the vet today,
okay,
or his red or his bright red harness?
Because basically the bangle that Geef wears is a made to go design for the leash, the collar.
We're going to be mainly using a harness and a microchip.
Okay.
Dog's probably not going to wear a collar because he might choke himself with it, and I don't want that to happen.
Okay.
But we do have a bright red harness for him, and
Okay.
we do have a little red bandana for him.
So, I know, I can attest that you have been charging up your love beam for
dog
years now.
Many long time dog.
Ever since leaving your parents' place, I'd say you've been storing that, right?
Yes, I would say that's accurate.
And that's going to come shooting out in a nice little special beam cannon, and it can possibly annihilate whatever dog happens to land in its path.
I was taking care of him last night, and he was sleepy, and I laid down on the floor, and then he laid down next to me, and I was petting him, and maybe I cried a little bit.
Okay, this is good. This is good.
Maybe that happened.
This is good. However, there is a place this can go.
Yeah.
And that place involves outfits and costumes and all kinds of stuff. And I just want to know. Yeah. I just want to know which pedal your foot is on right now. Are we accelerating?
I'm thinking fireman first.
Okay, all right.
I think dressing him up like a little fireman
and this
would be a really good first.
It's going down. Okay,
one.
All right. All gas, no brakes. This is where it's going. Okay.
Maybe once he's a little bigger, we can put our Texas cowboy hats on him, and he can be a cowboy.
It's just it's not a question of if, it's just how many costume
Oh, is that
changes.
what you were asking?
Okay. All right.
Why even get a dog if you're not going to dress him up in silly costumes?
Make sure to zoom in on his face as he hates it.
Okay, so this is the best part. if you look at baby now, you look at him dead on, um, and his dad that we know has the same thing. Uh, it looks like his wife left him, and he lost the house, and he got a pink slip. Like the eyebrows and the jowls combine to create like I need another drink, god damn it, look on the dog's face. So when we put the little costume on him and make him dance, um, the dog will be beaming off fucking kill me energy. Just like why would you do this to me, humans?
Yeah, that's
Energy.
that's the correct question. That is the correct
So
question.
here's the you want the answer? So audio viewers, I'm sorry for the visual bit, but I'm currently holding a beautiful, wonderful, dumb cat. And he won't wear a little hat. We've tried.
Why do you think that is?
There's one photo of him that Paige's mom took of Elma wearing a Christmas sweater, and he did not like his Christmas sweater.
Is there perhaps a reason you could discern why that might be the case?
Because he's disabled. Because he's a disabled boy. We love him anyway, though. Mwah. So, as a result, we cannot dress up our kitty cat in silly little costumes.
And it's the cat's fault. The cat is defective for not wanting to be dressed up.
Okay, well let's be very clear,
right now.
Wooly. Let's be extraordinarily clear. The cat is defective.
Okay.
Like this is a broken cat. Okay.
And that's what contributes to not wanting to wear the. Okay. All right.
But so the answer to your question is, why would you dress up your dog in little outfits? Is, well, the cat won't wear them.
Gotcha.
And I think that is about as clear a non-answer I can give you.
Yep. See, the goal is to concentrate all that love energy into, a nice, warm, all-encompassing form, and not into a destructo disc.
Mm-hmm.
Which slices in half whatever it touches. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
More of a spirit bomb.
Yeah, more of a spirit bomb.
Listen, if we put a hat on the dog and the dog's miserable, I'm not going to wear a hat.
No, but you will still have the big beef suit arm geef thing in the mail, so that
but if he doesn't,
and it arrives, and then it's like, oh, but we set up the shot so that it can walk down the hallway, and then he can have the arms bouncing.
Listen, if the dog don't like it, the dog ain't gonna wear it. Like, for example, some people you put their harness on, and puppies will try and eat their harness because they're idiots. He likes his harness. He doesn't give a shit. He just waddles around with it.
Okay, fine. That's give as long as he.
And the harness is not optional.
As
right?
long as he gets a fair shake.
Dog needs to be on a leash.
As long as he gets a fair shake in deciding, and it doesn't become a like, oh look, he did it. He's wearing it. It's the 8th time, and he kind of just accepted it. But yeah, look, he loves it. See, doesn't he love it? And then you zoom in on said kill me face.
Let me ask you a question. When you had a dog when you were younger, but it was a larger dog, right?
Much larger, yeah.
Okay, so I've had me and my folks had tons and tons of dogs over the years, and you ever know people that the dog stands up or whatever, and then you grab their arms and you're like, haha, you're dancing, haha, like Ladybird and Hank Hill and that gif, and the dog's like, I don't get it, haha, right? Or you ever pick up your dog and be like and sing a song while you didn't know you wouldn't do that. Anyway, point being,
well, you can do things for treats, but
yeah. Oh, this dog I've never seen an animal more food motivated.
That's the thing.
Like
Yeah.
like no, I mean I've seen other puppies, I've seen other dogs. I've never seen any animal more food motivated. The dog goes from us dead asleep to almost knocking you over at, I think he's like 11 pounds, uh, with frenzy to get to food bowl. It's hilarious. And we've also been occasionally hand feeding him to teach him like inhibition and stuff like that.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Yeah, yeah, true. Don't does isn't there also that thing where like dogs that most breeds will growl and kind of give you indicators before a bite, but
mhm.
like bulldogs will just show
No,
nothing and go.
that is not that is a trait that is commonly attributed to pit bulls, not
Okay,
bulldogs.
okay, okay, okay.
No, bulldogs can occasionally get something called food aggression, which is get away from my food, in which they'll growl,
Right.
right? But that's why we're feeding him like about a third of the time. Like his evening meal often is by hand, and you teach him bite inhibition so that he slowly goes oh, and eats from that. And then we're gonna teach him to eat near Elmo, and that Elmo's food is not his food because he'll probably just eat anything he can get the fucking his hands on. Um, and the ideal is that get him to the place that my folks raise their dogs, where you give the dog his like his not like a bone, but like a chew cookie, like that you'd give him like after
Mm-hmm.
they, and be able to like okay, and just take it, and then they look at you and they're like sad, and then you give it back to them, so they don't fight you for it, they don't growl, etc.
Although, is there a specific age or like order to when like you can start like teaching like habits and tricks are kind of different, right?
Okay, yeah, name is first. Name is
Yeah.
first, and that is actually so far been the toughest one. But he will learn eventually. So it's name, call, sit, stay, right? As your primaries, and on the side branch is don't shit on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Don't instead shit on this.
Mm-hmm.
Now instead shit on this when there's only one pad. Now instead shit on this when there's only one pad and it's right next to the door. Now instead cry at the door, etc.
I was actually just listening to a podcast that had a dude who trains dogs on it, and he was talking about how um, you like a big mistake that like people make is like getting like thinking that their tone of voice is kind of going to indicate what they want in times when it doesn't. So like
Yeah.
so one of the cases were being like if the doorbell rings and then dog starts going crazy and then you yell like shut up, sit down, whatever. What you're kind of doing is also going crazy in response to the doorbell
Yeah.
ringing. So you're just doubling down on the excitement.
So we took baby for a car ride, right? And baby got anxious, right? And you can't comfort them too much with stuff like that, with thunderstorms, with car rides, stuff like that. If you comfort them too much, you are sending off the signal that they're right to be afraid and that something bad is happening. So you kind of just have to ignore them and let them freak out a little bit until they tire themselves out. Like the current battle in the household is that dog wants to sleep on our bed. That
Yeah.
is where he wants to sleep.
Yeah.
He does not want to sleep in his crate. He does not want to sleep in his bed. He does not want to sleep on the towels that we have, piled up in little
But wait, have
pieces here and there.
have you been in your bed while he's there?
Yes.
Okay, so
And the bed reeks of us like crazy.
yeah,
Obviously.
he wants the smell and the warmth. Absolutely.
Yeah. And the blanket's nice, etc. And he wants up. And we can't, I'm not going to have a dog that has to be in our bed,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because there's a difference between, oh, come on the bed, we'll snuggle with the dog. And the dog literally has to be in the bed to go to
Mm-hmm.
sleep. Because
Yeah.
that is, I had that problem with with the last dog I had with my mom and dad, but he was a Chihuahua, so no. Puppy will run at the bed and try and leap up, and God, he's not even close, dude.
Hmm.
Not less than a third of the way up.
Oh yeah,
Like it's so
eat
pathetic.
shit.
And has had the past 2 nights has had barking ass, screaming, howling matches with me, where he is losing his goddamn mind and screaming at me and throwing tantrums and pouting, and I'm just on my phone ignoring his stupid ass, going, I don't know why I'm madly in love with Puppy in all other ways, but when Puppy throws a tantrum, man, I don't give a shit. You can cry all day, whatever. You'll
Oh
get
yeah,
tired, and I will defeat you
you don't
because I'm a
crack.
man and you're an 8-week-old infant.
Okay, all right. You show him.
Well, that is what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to give them any
Right.
attention, negative or positive, because I don't want to teach him that throwing baby tantrums is the way to get what you want. Now, granted, in reality, and for me personally, throwing baby tantrums can in fact get you exactly what you want, but that's a bad lesson to actually teach a young child or dog. Are
I,
you noticing a language problem here?
well, it's not unexpected. It's anticipated, so that's fine. I guess the goal is to eventually just have the both feeding bowls together and
Yeah.
let them sort their shit out.
Yeah, the next thing we're going to do is put Elmo's food near the baby's food, but like keep a door between them so they know they're like on the other side of the door, but they can't interact. And then we'll move on to putting baby on a leash and like having Elmo check him out. But we might have to put Elmo's food on an elevated platform or in a room the dog can't get into. There are situations where if your dog is fat enough or desires to be fat enough, if there's cat food around, they're just going to eat it.
Oh, that's a problem. That's how you start wars.
Well, at the time being, if there was a war to be started, I would definitely bet on the cat, which is why we clipped all his nails the day before the dog showed up.
Yeah. That's
Just in case.
That's
just
correct.
in case.
That's the move. It won't be that way for long, but
No.
for now, yeah.
Yeah.